right, welcome back to the Friday show. I'm Scott Jagow in studio along with Ray Paulick, who is still on the left coast at Del Mar. Ray, how's it going out there?
Well, Bing Crosby sings the Del Mar theme song where there's a winner in each race and a smile on every face, right? Well, I haven't had a winner in each race. I haven't had enough winners. Let's put it that way.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk about the best three-year-olds in the country. But first, let's take a look at this stretch run from Delaware Park.
Uncle Leo in command, 70 yards from home, will win it under Gabriel Saez by about 4. Tight for second. Willie wears pink on the outside, edging out Willful Warrior, followed by Roundelay fourth.
Well, the track announcer got it right when it came to the second and third place finishers, but the placing judges did not and were reprimanded for that. I guess looking at this, what's wrong with this picture?
What's wrong with this picture is the quality. I'm not going to make any excuses for the placing judges. This should a mistake that should never have happened because they're supposed to use the mirror image on the photo. But the quality of this is horrible. What is this, like from the 1970s, a Polaroid picture or something? This is a racetrack, Delaware Park, that makes millions of dollars a year with their casino. This is the photo that was sent to me by the racing commission when I asked to take a look at it. So it's ridiculous.
And it's not just photo finish equipment that's the problem. You look at especially smaller tracks around the country, still aren't even broadcasting in HD. And that's ridiculous in 2016 because no one wants to watch non-HD signals. And I think you're at a competitive disadvantage if you don't do that. Now, I understand there's a cost associated with it, but when 90% of your customers are watching on television and not at the racetrack, that should tell you something.
Yeah, the signal is the product. It's the horses running around the track, but it's the TV signal, whether it's at, people are home watching on television, watching on their computers, or at an off-track betting place somewhere. That's the product. You've got to make that product as good as you can.
And if you look at good examples throughout the industry, look at Keeneland's broadcast. Good grief, that looks great. How about New York, what they're doing, NYRA, with their different cameras that they have going all throughout the race day. They call it Race Day Live, and it's all in HD, and it looks fantastic, as you can see. And I know some tracks broadcast at the track in HD, but then they don't distribute the signal in HD, which, again, makes no sense to me because the majority of your customers are watching the simulcast. And if I had to choose between two tracks who are equal in every other respect, I would definitely watch the HD and bet on the HD track.
Yeah, I'm that way with sports too. If a sporting event is not in HD, I don't watch it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to talk about the three-year-olds this year. Another rematch between Nyquist and Exaggerator. This time, Exaggerator comes out on top. And then you have Songbird, who's just dominating the three-year-old filly division. So right now, who's the best three-year-old in the country?
Well, they give Eclipse Awards for both male and female, so clearly Songbird is the leader in her division. Is she better than the Colts? I don't know. I don't think we're going to find that out until next year. But on the male side, it's kind of more, what have you done for me lately? Exaggerator and Nyquist have split their 4 meetings 2-2, but Exaggerator's won the last 2. I've got to tip it in his favor right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's matured nicely. And you can say it's sloppy track because the last 2 races he's beaten Nyquist have been over sloppy tracks. But I think he's also matured like Curlins tend to do, and he's coming into his own. So it should be an interesting fall. If we don't see them up against each other until the Classic, that might be fine with me. I don't think we're going to see Songbird against males this year at all, so we're not really going to find that out until next year, I think, which probably takes her out of the Horse of the Year running. If California Chrome and, say, Tepin win out, and if Chrome were to stumble and lose a race, Tepin beats the boys a couple more times this year, she might win.
Well, she might win, and also, California Chrome controls his own destiny. Tepin has a good shot, but then if they both stumble, then you got to look at the three-year-old division, and it's Exaggerator and Nyquist, and Nyquist, by not going to the Traverse, is probably going to really focus on the Classic.
What do you think? Who's the best three-year-old in the country right now, in your opinion? Take our poll on the website, PaulickReport.com. That's going to do it for this edition of the Friday Show. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.